Okay, so we're back here on YouTube. Hey, this is Michael Imhotep, founder of the African History Network and host of the Michael Imhotep Show and the African History Network Show. So it's 1:02 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Saturday morning, April 15th, 2017. We're live here, still broadcasting our radio show, our last topic. So the blackhomeschool.com had an article from April 11th, 2017, okay, which was this past Tuesday. Name of the article, and they picked it up from Huffington Post Black Voices. Name of this article is Kids Book Encourages Black Boys to Honor Black Girls. Kids Book encourages Black boys to honor Black girls, all right? And they tell the story of an art teacher named Lawrence Lydell, okay? And he's an author and illustrator of this children's book. And the title of the book is From Black Boy with Love. From Black Boy with Love. He's an art teacher from Compton, California. An art teacher from Compton, California. And he recently had his own children's book published, okay? Now, this article written by Victor Trammell, he said the beautifully themed, the beautiful theme selected for the book's subject matter is a rare, inspiring narrative that serves as an excellent model for young African American boys. Okay. Now, the title of the book is From Black Boy with Love. From Black Boy with Love. In an exclusive interview with the Huffington Post, author Lawrence Lydell described his children's book as a story that is contrary to what he witnessed as boy and man growing up in his community. He said, quote, "I'm black and my community is full of black and brown women who I love dearly, and I wanted to make something for them." He said, but when we as men have a huge problem with how we talk, treat, and think about women, okay? He said, but we as men have a huge problem with how we talk, think, and treat women, okay? All right, now, he said he was inspired to write about his book after seeing children talk down to each other at the school that he works at. Okay, he said, quote, "The first thing they go for when teasing each other is hair, body shape, and skin tone. Hair, body shape, and skin tone." He said they'll say things like, quote, "You old nappy-headed, black-ass, charcoal-looking girl with your ugly fat ass." Okay, he said we have to change the narrative that the more melanin you have means you're uglier and that natural hair is bad or improper. He said we have to change that narrative. So his book deals with teaching African American boys to love, honor, and respect African American girls. But this also will enforce positive standards of beauty for African American girls as well, because our girls have been taught to acquiesce to a European standard of beauty as well. And African American boys have been taught to judge African American girls based upon the European standard of beauty, which has been fed to us through with tens of thousands of images that we see in magazines, billboards, music videos, the television, movies, video games, etc. Now, Lawrence Lydell's book is full of uplifting words and phrases like "black girl, your skin is magic, your voice is power, you are life." Another page reads, "I love your hair, brown girl, you are amazing." Now, his children's book has been an economic success. As of today, April 11, 2017, the book is currently sold out. But more importantly than sales, Lawrence Lydell wants something else positive to come from the release of his book. He said Black and brown boys treat all girls with respect, but especially the ones who look like you, sound like you, live where you live. We have to take care of each other. Okay? So he said this is what he ultimately wants to come from his book, that black and brown boys treat girls with respect, but especially the ones who look like you, sound like you, and live where you live. We have to take care of each other. Now, you can order from Black Boy with Love or buy any other product from Lydell's business. You can go to, we'll pull up the link here. Lawrence Lydell Studios bigcartel.com. Lawrence Lydell, Lawrence Lindell, Lindell, Lawrence Lindell Studios bigcartel.com. You can also go to theblackhomeschool.com, theblackhomeschool.com. They have the article there. The link is in the article. Kids book encourages black boys to honor black girls. Kids book encourages black boys to honor black girls. Okay, and this story was picked up by from the Huffington Post. Huffington Post Black Voices had an article April 3rd, 2017. New children's book teaches black boys to treat black girls with respect. We have to change the narrative that the more melanin you have means you're uglier. We have to change the narrative that the more melanin you have means you're uglier. Okay? Now, his book contains 24 pages of illustrations of young boys expressing uplifting messages of love to young black girls. And you know, we have to understand that power is the ability to define and shape reality and to have other people accept your definition of reality as if it were their own. Power coming from the Latin word potere, meaning to be able. Power is the ability to define and shape reality and to have other people accept your definition of reality as if it were their own. So this something like this is very, very powerful. And you know, Stephen Biko, one of our great South African freedom fighters, Stephen Biko said the most potent weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. The most potent weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. So white supremacy is a false concept that has real consequences or repercussions, but it has its fullest impact when you actually buy into it and believe it. Okay, so something like this is excellent that he's doing. All right. Some comments here on Facebook, and see if there are any comments on YouTube as well. So Nicole said, "True. Thanks for sharing." Marshall said, "Thanks for sharing that info. I have a little boy on the way." Okay. Excellent. And I know how it is. I have a 6-week-old daughter. Should be 7 weeks old today, actually. Okay, Rick Mathis said Detroit is dope in the summer. Let's see. Some other context. Okay, Gunja Man, how you doing, Gunja? Terry Maurice People said black girls need to honor black boys as well. Wendell Downing said this is a good thing because this may prevent youth from listening to rap music calling women bees and hoes. We are at war. They are attacking our youth from the cradle to the grave. Yes, psychological warfare. Yes, it is. Definitely. And the killer N-word music is targeted towards our youth for them to act out and actually do what's talked about in the music. I'm not against hip hop, I'm against negative hip hop. A lot of this commercialized hip hop is insanity and negative hip hop. Okay? So we have to understand this and take action against record companies that put out this type of music, because they're not targeting their children with this type of music. Their children listen to it, but their children are not the target of it. Our children are the target. And isn't it interesting that African Americans are the only ones who can put out music using racial slurs against themselves and degrading their women, because other people, for the most part, don't put out music like that. Other people, for the most part, don't put out music calling themselves racial epithets or racial slurs and all different types of nonsense like this. They have more respect for themselves. Okay? So we're the only ones you can do that with. All right? And then this also shapes the way people think about you and treat you. All right? So what is really taking place? What are we really being set up for? You have to really connect the dots, because the music is being used to dehumanize us, to justify the mistreatment of African Americans, to justify the over policing. Okay? And people, the images people see affect the way they think, feel, act, and behave. It also affects the way they vote. It affects policies that they put in place, that they support. It also affects the way they see evidence when they sit on a jury and they see a video of an African American man being choked by police. He says 11 times he can't breathe. He ends up dying. And they don't think there's anything wrong with that. But when you have music that criminalizes you, right? When you have music that criminalizes you and presents you as being subhuman, then this impacts the way people perceive you and act towards you. All right, so we got to get out of here on YouTube. Hey, visit our website, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com. I'm Michael Imhotep, founder of the African History Network. And we have a live international webinar, 8-hour course, 4 consecutive Thursdays, Understanding the Transatlantic Slave Trade, what they didn't teach you in school. Understanding the Transatlantic Slave Trade, what they didn't teach you in school. We deal with thousands of years of history. You can register at AfricanHistoryNetwork.com, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com. It's only $40 for the entire course. It meets again this Thursday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All sessions are recorded, so you can go back and watch them over and over and over again. Okay? AfricanHistoryNetwork.com, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com. We deal with ancient Kemet. We deal with the Moors, 800-year occupation of Europe. We deal with Christopher Columbus and his 4 voyages. We deal with African people being indigenous to North, Central, and South America. We deal with the Khoisan, who have the oldest DNA on the planet, who were here all throughout the United States, what we call the United States. We were here in this land, in the U.S., at least 51,700 years ago. Go to AfricanHistoryNetwork.com, AfricanHistoryNetwork.com. Remember, right now is correct wrong behavior. We'll talk to you next time. Peace. All right.